You by our sponsor, Finward Blackwell. Today's media being distributed through tomorrow's technology.
I'm Tabitha Williams, and welcome to What's Eating Harlem. We cover the most exciting community in the world. There's so much happening in Harlem. Let's get started. Ever had a problem with your sweet tooth and couldn't find help? Well, help is here at Brooklyn's DeKalb Market Hall, where you will find Todd, the owner and donatologist of Cousins Dozens. He has the cure for your sweet tooth with his delectable mini donuts. We explore the legacy of one of the all-time great jazz composers, Thelonius Monk. We talk about his music, his family life, and even the foods he liked. And we do this with his legacy keepers, his grandkids. All that and more coming up next. Everybody, we are here at DeKalb Market Hall with Todd Jones. And we're at Cousins Dozens, and I'm about to learn how to make some really tasty donuts. Where do we begin?
Well, we start off with the Dream Machine.
Please tell me how the Dream Machine works.
So, I put in a proprietary mix here, special mix just for Cousins Dozens.
Okay.
And I proceed to turn on the Dream Machine. And here we go.
And this is going to be 1,200 donuts.
Well, it could do 1,200 donuts in an hour.
In an hour?
Yes. We have done very, very large crowds. We've done something for Facebook in Austin, Texas. I did something for Michelle Obama's chief of staff. I've also done something for Steve Harvey. I've done something for Google. We've done for a lot of celebrities.
How is it dealing with your celebrity clientele?
It's very easy. I mean, they're people too, you know? And they act like little kids when they get donuts, you know? They really get excited behind it.
How did you get the name donatologist?
Well, it's something that I came up with. It's something that I wanted to incorporate into what it is I did and like to be like the professional, the expert at donuts. So it just came to me. Donatologist was like the perfect name.
How did you start making donuts?
Well, I started 44 years ago. My sister's boyfriend owned a donut shop called Cup and Two. He taught me how to make donuts, and I've been doing it ever since. I don't do cupcakes, I don't do cakes, I just do donuts, and specifically mini donuts. I'm like the White Castle of the donut industry.
And why mini donuts?
Mini's the new skinny.
Ah, I like that.
Yeah, it's all about portion control.
Okay, so if someone's to come here and they're gonna order these delicious mini donuts, how do you package them? Do you service them in 12 still, or?
No, 12
okay.
is a dozen, 13 is a baker's dozen. So we say 7 is a little cuz, 14 is a cousin's dozen, and 28 is a big cuz. We sell powdered donuts, cinnamon donuts, but our number one flavor donut here is donuts for grown-ups.
Donuts for grown-ups.
Donuts for grown-ups.
Now, what makes it so grown?
So we alcohol infuse our donuts.
Okay.
We make a drizzle my nizzle.
Drizzle my nizzle.
Drizzle my nizzle.
What's inside the drizzle my nizzle?
So we started out making Ciroc donuts. Shout out to Puppy. And we started making Ciroc donuts, and then we started doing Hennessy donuts. We also do all types of liquors. But our number one seller right now is Ciroc donuts and Hennessy donuts.
Nice. Now, we're here in Brooklyn, but did you start off in Brooklyn?
No, we actually started in Jamaica, Queens. Shout out to Jamaica, Queens, the Coliseum. That's where it really all started at. And then we came to Brooklyn about 4 years after in 1993. And we've been there ever since.
This looks so good. So what are you putting on top of these right here?
So this is going to be the Hennessy Drizzle Manizzle. It's like our like #1 flavor, and it's all in the wrist action. You know, I was taught this by my partner, Eric Santiago, who's named Easy Glaze. He's the one that came up with the Drizzle Manizzle. You see that?
So when someone comes here and they say, I want, you know, a cousin dozen, like.
But how they supposed to say it? Hey cousin, let me get a dozen.
Hey cousin, let me get a dozen.
There you go.
These are mine.
So taste one.
Okay, let's have some together.
Absolutely.
All right, now, hold it. Woo! Don't drop it. Wait for it.
Do not drop it.
Wait for it. Let's go.
Go.
Oh.
My God. Donuts for grown-ups.
Wait, it pops. You can taste the Hennessy, but it's not like woo. But it's it's so good.
It's definitely a donut for a grown-up. And guess who gets to take those donuts home?
Who?
You do.
Yes! Winning! Thanks, cousin.
Hey, just a dozen.
I dance for food.
I do.
I do.
You doing a donut
I do a donut dance. I mean, do you do a donut dance? Yeah, special moves when you're back here and you're cooking and there's a crowd. Because even as we've been filming, there's been a crowd coming here. You do a little dance like.
So what we call this, as you're looking at the donut, we call it eatertainment.
Eatertainment.
Right. You're actually looking at the donuts being made, something to be eaten. So we call it eatertainment.
Okay.
We usually have some music going on back here. You know, just
But when there's a crowd and you're doing the drizzle, you don't a little shoulder.
All that.
There it is. Oh, see? And I had a little wiggle, so there it is.
Oh, definitely, without question. That's how it goes down here, Cousin Doug.
At another location in DeKalb Market Hall, I'm with the chef chemist of Nickelmore Jerk. It's right there, guys. How are you?
I'm good. Welcome. Glad you guys could stop by.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here. Tell me about the jerk that you offer.
Well, once you hear jerk, that's coming from my home, Jamaica. I was born and grew in Trelawny in Montego Bay in Jamaica. And, I'm lucky to have grown up in a time when, I could learn from my mom, my grandma, and see the way how they do things because, that old-fashioned, genuine style, because a lot of things are not done in the same way.
So you brought the old-fashioned style right here.
Right here to Nickelmore Jerk.
So when I'm eating, I'm tasting the traditional. I'm
traditional.
tasting.
That's the word right there.
Okay, okay. But in addition to jerk, what else do you offer?
Well, it's around the jerk, but it's just not all about the jerk. We have different dishes like the oxtail, curry goat, curry chicken, just to name a few. We want to give you the same stuff that you'd go to Jamaica and you'd get on the restaurant. We want to give you the same stuff right here when you come here. So that's what we aim to do,
How often are you open?
Well, we open every day, 7 days a week from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Wow.
Yeah. And also, Nickelmore Jerk, we actually don't do things like, we serve things that you don't get at the other regular Jamaican restaurants.
Like what?
Like we got this jerkito burrito.
Oh!
It's off the hook. It's
okay, what's in it?
So it's wrapped in the roti skin, but inside, instead of using the traditional flour tortilla, we use a roti skin. And inside, we have the rice and peas, coleslaw. You can get a choice of jerk fish or jerk chicken, wrapped inside.
You're making me hungry.
I mean, it's a hit. People love it.
Talking about all that food, you made me so hungry. Can I get some?
I mean, let's go.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So here's a special jerkito burrito for you, I made it a chicken one.
Okay.
I definitely know you're gonna enjoy it, all right?
I'm about to get into this. What's in it?
So as I said, it's the roti skin on the outside instead of the traditional flour tortilla. And now it's wrapped inside. We have the boneless jerk thigh, which, the dark meat has a lot more flavor.
Yeah.
And then we got a rice and peas coleslaw, and it's drizzled with a jerk mayo and jerk sauce.
Oh my goodness! All right. I'm like trying to place where I'm gonna begin.
You're gonna get some utensils for her. Let's go. Again, you got all those napkins.
Oh,
there.
yeah, I need the napkins.
Who need this?
Look at this here. Oh!
It's all right. Gonna get messy.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
It's gotta get messy. That's a reaction we get all the time.
Oh my goodness.
And it's
So tasty.
thank you.
Tastes all the flavors. Sauce is bigger looking good. I mean, like, seriously.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
She's not afraid to dig in, you know. She's gonna get messy, but that's how we do it.
It's worth it. Oh my gosh.
So you'll be definitely coming back for it. Nice.
The meat is so tender.
Yeah.
And it doesn't taste so right. It's just like, with the sauce on top. Man.
Totally, it's a winner.
Electric light, world sees us tonight. We're lightning bolts in the sky, flashing with thunder.
My mother was always very familiar with her neighborhood, but one day she stopped at the stop sign for much longer than usual, and she didn't know whether she should go forward or turn, and she wasn't even really sure where she was at. It was very unsettling for her.
I felt so much better after my son told me, Mom, I don't want you to worry or be afraid. I'll be there for you and we'll figure it out.
You see certain things get reincarnated in your children. My daughter is very much inspired by my wife's artistic pursuits. So my daughter started making necklaces. She makes what we call Affirmation Fashion. I tell her every day that your black is beautiful. Your black is beautiful. Your black is beautiful. And if there's anything better than being beautiful, it's being smart. And if there's anything better than being smart, it's being kind. And reaffirming that every day is our method of making sure her chin never drops. My dad wasn't around. And I remember riding a bike and falling off and cutting myself, and me never just wanting to get back on it. People ask, how your children learn how to ride a bike, and you didn't. I didn't teach them. I just created an environment where they taught themselves, and all I had to do was be there.
Yeah, hi, I'm Jen Jade, and I love What's Eating Harlem.
inside Minson's Playhouse, where the legendary Thelonious Monk's grandchildren tell us how the legacy continues. With your roles in TheloniousMonk.store, what is the full objective?
The objective is continuing the legacy digitally and just spreading the word as best as we can online. I think a lot of what the estate has been focused with in the past is just making sure all the music is covered with. You know, my grandfather in his career signed a lot of contracts that needed to be renegotiated, you know, later on to really benefit the estate. You know, a lot of the way that things were structured originally only benefited the record company, which is kind of like a theme of all, you know, the jazz musicians or really African American artists of that era. You know, it was that time was notorious for people not getting what they were due in terms of you know, their contractual rights or what they, you know, were owed in terms of the effort that they put in to a certain project. So I think that our job or our role, you know, has been to just take what my parents started and just kind of take it to a new level.
And moving to like a new level, Sierra, what can people expect to see?
I specifically am very focused on social media. I do find that, you know, it is a fast-growing platform and it's a way for us to get our message out there easily. And also I feel that it's a way for us to definitely tap into the younger generation and connect with a younger audience, because that is definitely the objective for me personally. So in terms of what you can expect to see, well, I personally love to curate works from all types of artists, all types of platforms. You know, I'm a writer at heart, so I'm always looking for young, well, actually I shouldn't say young, I should say, because you know what, we want all ages, all creeds, all walks of life.
Thelonious for you. Having the name Thelonious Monk, and you are the fourth?
I am the fourth.
What is that like, having so much weight upon your name before you even establish who you are?
It's been an interesting experience, something that I don't think, you know, any article or book or, you know, talk with, you know, a peer could really get you ready for. It's been a learning experience. I feel different about it right now than I did 10 years ago, which is different than I felt about it 10 years before that, and I assume 10 years from now I'm gonna feel completely different about it than I do right now. It's just been something that I just feel super blessed to just have been born into such a legacy, but at the same time it's you know, it's very confusing, you know, and I feel like there are some expectations for me to pursue the same career paths that my father and my grandfather pursued.
Although we do not play instruments, we definitely had a musical childhood with every sense of the word, for sure.
I took trumpet lessons and piano lessons, and you know, I dabbled slightly, you know, with a couple other instruments, but it just felt like it wasn't my passion. My passion was more the business side of things. You know, it always kept me up at night hearing my parents talking about, you know, some contract that they had to renegotiate or a proposition that somebody, you know, placed on their table that just is not at all, you know, in the of the best interest of the estate. And that always was something that I guess I felt closer to than like, you know, pursuing, you know, a musical path. I really wanted to, you know, like I said, take what my parents did and really like take it to the next level.
Ooh, I really don't care.
Scene 103, take one.
I thought we'd be on the same page about this, and we're not.
How do I know the way I'm gonna respond to it?
I want you to get the vaccine because I want you to be safe.
What if you end up in the hospital? That's what I'm scared of.
If you was to die, man, that would literally kill me, man.
I hug you.
Yes. If it made you feel that way, bro, I would probably do. I love you. I love you too.
When I got the opportunity to get her, there wasn't no choice. I told myself, I'm gonna take custody of my daughter. It's my baby. That's what we're supposed to do as men. Take care of our home, build a foundation, you know what I'm saying? Love, our money, she's my purpose. I'm here to walk with her, hold her hand until she can walk alone. Ain't nothing like being a father in this world.
My mother was always very familiar with her neighborhood, but one day she stopped at the stop sign for much longer than usual. And she didn't know whether she should go forward or turn, and she wasn't even really sure where she was at. It was very unsettling for her.
I felt so much better after my son told me, Mom, I don't want you to worry or be afraid. I'll be there for you, and we'll figure it out.
I like to think of the way we're going about our digital branding as an aggressive model in terms of what we're following and how we're going about achieving some of the goals that we want to get. There's a lot of piracy, a lot of people using the name. That's part of the reason why, you know, we've ventured out into some of the business ventures we ventured into, whether that's like merchandise or with, you know, branding, you know, other stuff. I just wanted to come up with my own way to combat the piracy, and then also, I guess, do things that are going to get done regardless. You know, we live in a world where, you know, people take first and then ask for forgiveness second. And, you know, it doesn't matter whether or not you're talking about, you know, something very small like, you know, French fry on a friend's plate, or you're talking about, you know, the legacy of a family's, you know, family member.
Taking ownership of your grandfather's legacy, what does that really mean to you at your core?
My father's sister, so that would be Thelonius Monk's daughter, who unfortunately passed away at an untimely age, way far too young. But, you know, it was her goal to really spread awareness and to make sure that people knew about the power of her father's music. So just learning that from, like, you know, a child, like my dad telling me these stories about how, like, he just always knew his sister really was kind of like the protector of the family in general, but obviously, you know, with my granddad's music and his life's work, it was her goal really to spread the awareness. I mean, she's the one who wanted to, you know, get involved with the youth and start the foundations. So she's like absolutely inspired us with what we're currently doing.
Can you speak to the work that you're doing in school and gaining new jazz aficionados?
So one of the video series that we actually shoot is called Kids React to Thelonious Monk, and we go into schools and we shoot reaction videos where we play some of my grandfather's music, and we just get their honest, true reactions on how the music makes them feel, the moods that it might, put them in, the places that they think of when they close their eyes and hear the music, the colors that they might see, and different types of questions. But I think it's really important, to really incept some of these ideas into, their minds at a young age, to get them thinking in ways that are outside the box. It's always refreshing to see, like a clean canvas, listen to some of Monk's music and really get their honest opinions without having all these, decades and decades of biases and opinions kind of downloaded on them, and having that filtered through what they're hearing.
I like piano and the guitar, and I like the drum, and sometimes I have this app where I make my own beats. And what I think about Thelonius, when he first started, I could feel a little bit sad. And then when he started playing all his instruments and everything, I feel a little happy, and I felt like he was happy too.
It made me feel very relaxed and calm, very chill and laid back. I could really just lay in my bed and just listen to this.
This music makes me want to dance and feel happy.
It also is kind of like a play on the experience that I feel like someone gets when they first listen to Monk, just without an educational setting. It just kind of mimics, because what I mean is that I hear people describe that they feel like a kid again when they first listen to Around Midnight, for example. So there's a connection there as well.
From a family point of view, there's books, there's tons of stories on your grandfather, but as his grandchildren, what's something that you think the public may be surprised to know, or that people don't know?
Well, I'm not sure if the public knows that Monk used to love to eat banana pound cake, and he would wash it down with a half gallon of half and half.
Okay. Sweet overload.
Sweet overload. Sweet overload.
And did anybody inherit that special hankering?
I mean, I do like banana pound cake.
Banana pound
cake. Or lemon pie, I like cake in general, as you can see by my build.
Have you tried the combination with the half and half?
With half and half, drinking half and half, I think is a little too old school for me.
Yeah, it's a different generation.
It's a different generation.
That's all the time we have for now, but join us next time on What's Eating Harlem. See you uptown.